Here's a story from a distant star about a planet called Zaponia, where the people cried and shook with fear because the land was dry and the end was near. On an urgent mission to put it right, brave young Ziku, day and night, searched through space till in view came a spinning world of green and blue. Welcome to Ziku's Earth Adventure. And this is where it all begins in a world of science and earthling friends.
Greetings across the galaxies. In today's update, the Cosmic Genius Award has just been given to Professor Zigzag of Vanga.
Zillion?
And we have all the pictures of the starburst showers over Zaponia.
Zillion?
I interrupt this bulletin. What is it, Ziku?
There's a thing.
A thing?
Outside the pod. A thing. Quick, activate Zoom.
What thing?
There it is again.
Okay, I'll activate Zoom.
I wonder what it is.
Zoom, we need you outside the pod.
Prime Counselor Z Zando calling pod controller Ziku. Come in, Ziku.
Psych, Sandal.
Ziku?
I mean, Zeldy, Sandal.
What on earth is going on there?
There's a thing. Outside the pod. Show him, Zillion.
It's a dog, sir.
What?
A dog?
A dog is an animal. Animals live on Earth as well as people.
But they all look different.
There are over 1 million different kinds of animals on Earth. There are insects, and there are birds, and there are cats and dogs. There are fish and snakes, and bears, and buck, and crocodiles.
So that's what they are. Animals.
But over 1 million kinds of them. 1 million!
Zowie! That's a lot of animals. How can you tell which is which?
Each kind of animal has a different characteristic.
Characteristics?
Characteristics, see? Special or particular things about them.
Special? Particular? Things about them?
Each animal has different ways of acting, and each kind of animal looks different. That's how we can tell them apart.
I still don't understand.
And by the moons of Zaponia, none do I. So, that will be your mission for today. Yeah, that will be your mission. Find out about these animals and the characteristics. Find out how they move, how they act. Just observe them. Maybe they can teach us something that will help Zaponia.
I will, Xandor. For Zaponia.
For Zaponia.
What does it mean to observe, Zillion?
To observe. To look very carefully and notice lots of small things. Earthlings use all their senses to observe things.
Senses? What are these?
Their eyes to see, their ears to hear, their hands to touch, their nose to smell, and their tongue to taste. Animals have senses too.
I wonder where's the best place to observe animals. I think I'll go and ask Mbali. Now, what's an earthling greeting again?
Guaito, come here, puppy. Guaito, come here, dog. Guaito, come here, puppy.
Zeta, Mbali. What an interesting greeting. I think I should try it too.
Ah! Man, you just gave me a fright, that's all.
What are you observing?
I'm looking for Bonnie's new dog. It's run away. It's called Guaito.
I saw a dog earlier in the field. A dog is an animal.
That's nice, Zuko, but I really gotta go find him.
Mbali, wait. I have to observe animals. I would observe Guaito, but he ran away.
Duh.
Where's another place I could observe animals?
Ah, the zoo.
Zuza!
Huh?
Zuza. In Zaponia, it means hello, my friend.
While right here on Earth, it means a place where animals are kept.
Zoom.
When I said zoo.
And I said I'll send Zoom. Where is Zoom?
How do I know? She never tells me where she is.
There she is. She's at the zoo. I mean zoo. Look at all the birds.
Zoom, try and find us a kind of bird called an owl. Owls are very special kinds of birds. Most of them hunt for food at night and eat rats and mice. The rats and mice are called their prey. Let's hope that Zoom can get close enough to show us some more characteristics of owls.
Zoom, are you there? What if he was a prey for a crocodile?
Crocodiles don't eat machines. They eat other animals.
Look, is that an owl?
Well done, Zoom. I believe it's a spotted eagle owl.
Look how big its eyes are.
That is one of the characteristics of owls. A way you can tell them apart from other birds. They have very big eyes. Their eyes are fixed in their heads. If people want to look around, they move their eyes. Birds can't do that. They have to move their heads, and they can turn them very far around. Most owls like to sleep in the day and be awake at night.
But isn't there a name for that?
Good question. Let me scan my database. Oh yes. Sleeping during the day and staying awake at night is called nocturnal.
Sounds like life on Zarponia.
Yes, indeed, young Zebu. By the way, owls can hear very well.
What funny ears.
Those aren't ears. Those are feathers that hide their ears. Only some owls have them. Their ears are so good, they can find their prey at night just by hearing it. And they have a long, sharp beak to tear up meat.
But it's so pretty, Zoom. Look at its colors.
That's because of the feathers that cover its body. This owl has very dark feathers so that at night it blends in and looks invisible. Then its prey can't see the owl so well, and they hardly hear it. That's because of the soft feathers on the end of their wings. They let the owl fly quietly.
Zikes, such big wings.
This helps them fly well. They can control where they go. Owls have 2 legs that end in sharp claws. This means it can grip a branch to sit on, and also grip its prey. The feathers on its legs and the hard scales on its feet stop the prey from biting the owl.
I'm glad I'm not an owl's prey.
Zoom, my database tells me there's an umbrella cockatoo near there. Can you try and find it?
Look, the lady and the bird are friends.
Birds can be tamed. They can even talk. Bella was once someone's pet.
Zaytara, Bella.
Let's see what you did there.
Zoom, look who I've met. This is Teresa, the cockatoo lady. Can you please tell me what the cockatoo is?
Okay, this is Bella. Hello, Bella.
Hello, Bella.
Hello, Bella. Say hello. Hello,
Hello.
Bella. You. Okay, you've just heard Bella say hello. Bella's what we call a umbrella cockatoo, and Shawnee's busy showing you why she's called an umbrella cockatoo, because her crest can open up like a umbrella. Okay.
Wow.
And something else that you need to know about Bella. Bella, of course, means beautiful. And that means she's a beautiful girl bird. And if you look at her eyes are brown. If she was a male, her eyes would have been pitch black. That's the way we can tell the difference between the female and the male cockatoo.
Unlike the quiet owl, some birds make a lot of noise. Look at what else is different to the owl. The cockatoo eats seeds, fruit, and insects. These birds can move the top of their beaks from side to side. This helps them eat. They also use their tongues to help. And she uses her foot to lift her food to her beak. Not many birds eat this way, so even though they're both birds, the cockatoo has different characteristics to the owl. What's next, Zoom? How about we...
What on earth is that?
It's a snake. It's also a kind of animal. It's very different to most animals. It has a long, thin body and no legs.
Doesn't it get hot lying in the sun all day?
They need the sun to warm them up. The cold makes them slow. But if they get too hot, they can't sweat, so they need to go and cool down again. All of these things are characteristics of the snake that makes us know it is a snake when we observe it. What other characteristics can we see?
It's got no ears.
Actually, a snake does have ears, but we can't see them. They are inside its body. And it has small eyes with no eyelids.
And it's got 2 tongues.
It's a forked tongue. It splits at the end. Snakes use their tongue and their sense of taste to help see the world around them.
Zoops! Seems like Zoom is scared.
According to my data, many Earthlings are scared of snakes. But this snake is tame and friendly, as long as you don't hurt it.
Are Earthlings their prey?
No, all snakes eat other animals. They only attack people if they are scared and want to protect themselves. Different snakes kill their prey in different ways, but all of them are good hunters. Most move easily along the ground, up in a tree, and in the water. They can poison, bite, or squeeze their prey. In the wild, this worm slung would bite and hold its prey until the poison from its bite would make the prey stop moving. Then it will eat the prey whole. Their long, thin teeth make sure the prey can't get away. The snake can unhook its jaws to fit the prey in, and its body stretches to make room when it moves the food to its stomach. Snakes don't need to eat often. This one eats only once a week. Some big snakes need to eat only once a month. And snakes can use their colors to hide themselves. They are covered in scales.
Scales? It's used to tell how much something weighs.
Not scales like that. Show us, Zoom. Scales like hard skin. When they grow too big for their skin, they shed it. Like we would take off a coat. Snakes have different types of coloring and patterns for different types of environments. The boomslang is green and lives in trees. And trees are green, therefore it's difficult to see a boomslang in a green tree. This is called camouflage.
Camel what?
Camouflage. It's what animals do so they can hide or protect themselves.
It's so they can sneak up on their prey.
And to make sure they don't become prey too.
Serious? What eats a snake?
Oh, plenty of birds like owls and eagles, even other snakes.
And snakes eat things like lizards, frogs, and rats. Poor zoo. I must get to the zoo. You know what I mean.
Ziku, don't forget I want to see the giant bullfrog. Frogs come in all sizes. The one Zoom is looking for is a very big frog, which is why it's called a bullfrog. Frogs are different to many other animals because they live on land and in water. They need to keep wet, but they also need to breathe.
Zowdy, Zillion!
Ziku, where's Zoom?
He was scared. I sent him to help Mbali look for Kwaito. Tell me more about the frog, Zillion.
The giant bullfrog is covered in wet, slimy skin. It is green on top and white at the bottom. The green is to help it hide in the plants and water. For 10 months of the year, the frog burrows into the ground and stays there. It comes out in summer after the rain, and then it makes a loud noise in its throat. See, its toes are joined. This is called web feet. It's to help the frog to swim.
Zoe, he's got a big mouth.
He snaps and bites at enemies and has 2 teeth at the bottom for biting. Giant bullfrogs like meat and have been known to eat birds.
Wow, what a beautiful animal. What is it, Zillion? What are its characteristics? It's got 4 legs. I can see that.
The database says it's a springbuck.
It hasn't got feathers or scales, and it's not wet and slimy.
It's covered in hair. It's brown with some black and white marks around the chest.
Yes, with sticks growing out of its head.
Those are called horns. They are very strong, and they use them for protection. This animal likes to live in the grassy African savanna, so these patterns help it to blend in with its environment.
Like the green frog and dark owl.
And the clever snake. Normally the springbuck are very shy, but they are looked after in the zoo and given food and are not so shy anymore.
I wonder if that's what's wrong with Bongi's dog Kwaito. Maybe he's looking after him wrong. So what does the springbuck eat, Zillion?
They eat grass, just like cows. They spend most of their time eating. They have very sharp teeth at the front of their mouth that they use to cut the plants. The teeth at the back grind the food, and their tongue helps them eat.
Like the cockatoo.
Springbuck have hooves on their feet. This is so that they can run fast. They never really sleep, always using all of their senses to see that they are safe.
Smell.
That's why they have a long snout.
And hearing and seeing.
Look how big its eyes and ears are.
Solly, I think I need to tell Xander all of this.
I will call Zarponia now for your report back to Xandor.
I hope I remember everything. Zowdy, Xandor.
Zowdy, Ziku. What can you tell me?
I can tell you that there are lots of different animals who act in lots of different ways. It's amazing.
Is that so?
They all have different characteristics.
Special things?
Things about them that tell them apart, like these body coverings, and they use all their senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. And they all move differently. Some slither, some run, some jump, and some fly. And they eat differently, and they protect themselves differently. These characteristics help them stay alive, like how they find their food and hide, and how they use their senses and what they eat.
I interrupt this report with a message from Zoom.
Obzidi! Bali found Kwaito. Xandor, we need to find out more about animals so we can help Bongi know how to look after his animal.
Very good, young Ziku. Carry on, carry on. Over and out.
Prepare to send information. Data drives engaged. Uploading files. Matrix ZZZZZZ. Completing transmission. Upload successful. Over and out.
Zowie! Mission accomplished. Zyazoon, Zillion. Zigazoo, Good night, good Earth. Good luck, brave Zarponia.